Hey guys, welcome to Angie's Table. I'm sure some of you guys are confused why I'm not in the kitchen cooking and teaching you guys a recipe or doing a cleaning vlog or review video. But today I turned on my camera because I wanted to talk to you guys about, I guess it's kind of like an insecurity. If you're new to this channel is run by my sister and I, Grace, and Ella is in a lot of our videos as well. But today it's just me. Our channel is about what we can bring to the table. Every video that we put out, whether it's a short form or long form, we always have an end goal, and it's something that we want to share with you guys. Whether that's a recipe, some cleaning hacks, something about our lifestyle, or just to make you guys laugh. And today I want to talk to you guys about my TTC journey, and TTC stands for trying to conceive. I'm 32 years old currently, and we've been trying for 2 years now. I finally mustered up the courage to open up and just kind of talk to you guys about everything that I've been going through. And I know this topic is not widely talked about, although I do think that these days a lot of people are just more open about it. And a lot of us are going through it, even though it seems like such a small percentage of people. I want this video to be about all my thoughts on infertility, plan going forward, what is our diagnosis, and just kind of behind the scenes stuff about being part of that small percentage of people where it takes more than a year to get pregnant. So data suggests about 84% of people get pregnant within the first year of trying to conceive, and that percentage goes up to something in the 90s. It's about that 90% for 2 years. I have some notes going on my computer, so the lights will be going on and off. I honestly thought it'd be really easy to get pregnant. Like, no one in my family has ever struggled with infertility. I just thought I would definitely be one of those people that get pregnant on the first try, and if not the second, and if not the third. I thought, of course, I would be part of that larger pool of that 84% of people. So my journey, I kind of broke it down into different months. So months 1 to 3, I thought, of course, I would get pregnant. I was using ovulation strips. I was using pregnancy tests, and I was also on prenatals. And I did take prenatals about 2 months before we planned to try to conceive. We'll move on to months 3 to 11. I think this was a difficult time because I was worried and I was stressed. Like, why is this not happening? And I know a lot of you guys are probably in this time period. There goes my computer again. When I didn't get pregnant by month 3, I was like, surely I'll get pregnant at by month 6, because Grace, my sister, got pregnant on her 5th month. It took a little bit of time, but she got there, so I will too. At month 4, I quit taking pregnancy tests because I felt like it was stressing me out. Like, I'd be using like 3 of them in a week to be like, no, it has to be a positive. Like, there's no way. I'm having symptoms. I'm feeling nauseous and all of that. So I felt like it was getting in my head, and it wasn't healthy for me. I ended up at month 5, what I believe a chemical pregnancy. So I can't back up whether it was a chemical pregnancy or not, because I had stopped checking pregnancy tests, but it was like the heaviest flow, and I did feel like I was pregnant. I was 7 days late, and that's when in the middle of the night I was, heavily bleeding. It was excruciating pain, and when I had all these like clots that came out of me. Gino was saying I was whimpering all night, which I have no recollection of. I couldn't even get up to get Advil by myself. So I believe it was. I talked to my OB, and she said it could have been. At 6 months, I went to the OB. I was like a couple months delayed on my pap smear, so I was like, oh, I might as well get that. And at this point, I was like going to the OB almost like every month just to talk to her, trying to find out what plan and actions we can take to make this happen a little faster. You guys know I'm type A, so I was literally going like every month. So at month 12, I did my first ultrasound to make sure everything looked good structurally, and everything did. I had no cysts, like everything was perfect. And then at month 13, we decided to go along with getting the SIS procedure, which is where they basically flush out your fallopian tubes. Sometimes there could be some kind of blockage that maybe the ultrasound doesn't detect. So along with the SIS, I did transvaginal, or like an internal ultrasound, where they have camera on a wand, and they want to get a more in-depth view of your uterus to make sure everything's good. And of course, everything was good. No blockage in my fallopian tube, but actually they couldn't get the catheter up through my cervix because they were saying how my cervix is extremely, extremely small, and I was in so much pain. It was literally the worst pain I have ever experienced. It was super painful. I was crying during the procedure, and I was trying my best not to cry, but I just couldn't help it. I was just in so much pain. So then they decided, you know, let's stop. We'll try it again the next month and use a pill to dilate my cervix. But I was discouraged because I felt like it was yet another failure. Also, we weren't allowed to try that month because I was actively bleeding for about a week. So it was like another period. There was risk of infection because there were cuts. I was kind of upset because it was a failure. Plus I couldn't even try with the cycle. So the next cycle comes. I did take the medicine to dilate my cervix. I was well prepared for it. I took some Advil. They got up and did another ultrasound. This is where I was able to see that I do have a normal amount of follicles in my ovaries with each cycle. Well, at least for the 2 cycles that I tried the SIS. Actually, with SIS, for the next 3 months, you have a higher chance of becoming pregnant. I think it increases it by like 20 to 30%. So I was, you know, keeping my hopes up, but it didn't happen. Then right after this, the next month, Jinho got tested. Everything came back normal. He started CoQ10 because my OB said, you go to a fertility clinic, they might be starting the males on CoQ10, so might as well get a head start. So we did that, and we were diagnosed with unexplained infertility. So nothing was wrong with us. That's a good thing. I was happy, but at the same time, I was kind of like, then what is wrong with us? Like, why is this taking so long when nothing is wrong? Like, I felt like I did everything that I could, and it just wasn't going to happen. And of course, as a type A, this upset me because it wasn't going, nothing in this process was going the way I wanted it to go. Something that I wish people wouldn't say to people who are going through infertility is don't stress about it. It's impossible not to. And when you say that, it's more upsetting, especially when it comes from people who have not gone through this experience. It's really hard to give advice to someone who's struggling with infertility. So if I were to go back in time, I wouldn't even wish like, oh, I wish I didn't stress out, because I know no matter how much I think like that and agree with that, it's not going to happen. Now we fast forward to month 19 to 24, which is where I am at. And this cycle is the 24th month. This part of the journey has been a lot smoother. Like, I feel like I'm in a much better mental space. I've tried all the various myths and methods that work for people. It hasn't worked for me. I've tried the Mucinex method that is like, you know, all over TikTok. We've tried pre-seed. It did not work for us. There's just like a whole lot that I did try. But right now I am on supplements that my friend had. It worked for her, so I'm trying it out as well. She was so nice enough to just send everything because she got pregnant the first month that she tried it. If you guys are interested in knowing what this is, then leave a comment down below and I will address it on the next TTC update. But that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm trying these supplements for this month. As for future plans, we are not currently interested in doing IUI or IVF. But I do think we will go to a fertility clinic soon because we want to redo the test. It's been a year. Things might have changed, or maybe things didn't show then and it will show now. We just wanted to redo everything and start kind of on a new slate. So I think we will be doing that soon. Not like this month or next month, but I want to kind of give the supplements a little bit of time before I decide to go to a fertility specialist. If you guys are curious on why we don't plan on doing IUI or IVF, leave a comment down below and I will address that as well. Some people ask me, like, how do you deal with infertility? How can you be happy for someone when it's not happening for you? And my answer to that is you're allowed to feel all the emotions that just come naturally to you. And I'm extremely happy for them, but at the same time, I feel sadness. And it's just like this like pit of, but what about me? I do think this could be seen as a little selfish and jealous, but I have to be honest, like I do feel those emotions. I'm a Christian and this has affected my faith tremendously. I do think that in the beginning, it was a lot of like, why is it not happening to me? This journey has made me a lot stronger. And I've learned to just let go of my type A personality and just rely on God. And then I can also get this strong sense of like, if there is nothing wrong medically, then it's just not the right time. Like we'll all get there at the time we were meant to get there, and there's honestly nothing I can do but trust God and trust the process. I feel like this journey was extremely challenging, but it made me into a better person. It became more mature. And to be honest, I'm grateful that I was able to experience this and still experience this, because in return, I got something bigger out of it. Like my mindset has changed. and I'm able to become just a bigger person. So how has this affected my relationship with Jinho? It actually made our bond stronger. I'm trying my hardest not to cry and get emotional. Give me a second. I feel like we're hoping together, we're praying together, we are communicating better, and I couldn't think of a better person than Jinho to go through this with me. Then we start to think like maybe this is what we needed to go through to become the perfect parents for our future child or children. It made us rethink what it means to be parents and to lead our family in faith. We're growing through this season. Even though it's still a struggle, we are trusting the process and fighting every day. And we both know that once we do achieve pregnancy, it's gonna be the most happy and joy-filled moment. So I'm gonna end this video. I wanted to leave some space for you guys to ask questions and for me to do kind of like a TTC update on maybe how the supplements are going and just kind of do a Q&A for the next video. But I wanted to say that I've gone through this whole rabbit hole of YouTube videos and, oh, what does this sign mean on this day? And what can I do to get pregnant faster? It's a sucky rabbit hole. It kind of just drains you mentally and it stresses you out and it leaves you in confusion. Here I am making a video, but I'm not doing a video to bait you guys into, you know, this worked for me, because honestly, nothing has worked for me quite yet. But I wanted to do this to kind of show you guys that someone like me, we're on social media, it might be like we're all so happy, especially with Ella being a big part of our channel, that everything just seems happy, and I bet you no one really knows that I'm going through this issue. This video was meant for me to really open up and take a stance to show you guys that a lot of people do go through this, and this topic is not really talked about. So I wanted to just kind of show you guys what I'm going through, and maybe you guys are feeling the same things I'm feeling. I hope that I am of some help to at least even one of you guys who are watching this video right now. This stage has really showed me there are so many things to be thankful for. A great husband, I have great family and friends that support me, I have a roof over my head. You don't have to be so hyper focused on this one part and aspect of life. I hope I wasn't too boring, and please feel free to reach out in the comment section about any questions, or if you guys have questions that you don't feel comfortable, because it's kind of public to comment down below, feel free to email us or DM us on any of our social media accounts. All of our information will be found in the captions. But thanks guys for listening, and see you again.